If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. So what's up guys, it's Ash here, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video guys, we have some tactics and instructions for the 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, or the narrow variation, a formation you don't always see too often, but is still pretty good every year in FIFA. I think its prime was like FIFA 17-18, but it is still very usable and viable even in this game. The main advantage I'd say it has over something like the 4-3-2-1 is the fact that you can get that extra striker and that you have a cam, so it can be sometimes a bit easier to attack and you might have to rely on fullbacks for width occasionally. So yeah, with all that aside guys, let's get right into the video. I hope you enjoy, and yeah. Alright then guys, so starting off with the tactics for the 4-1-2-1-2, pretty standard stuff, I won't lie. Defensive style balanced. I like to have that control over my defense. When I want to press I can, when I want to drop off I can also do that, so balance is the way to go there. For the defensive width guys, I would suggest anywhere between 40 and 50. This is so you can primarily defend in a nice narrow and compact shape to block out all those attacks through the middle, but at the same time you've got good coverage of the wider areas in case an opponent goes for an attack down the wing, which yeah, most people will do at some point in the game. So if you want it to be more narrow, lower it to like 40. If you want it to be wider and maybe leave more gaps through the middle, just up it a bit, so it's up to you. For the depth guys, you can pretty much use whatever you want. I'm using 65 at the moment as it gives me that high defensive line, which allows me to win the ball back higher up the pitch. But we don't go all the way to 71 as I don't always like that automatic press which some people use and abuse in this game. If you want to use 71 depth because you like it, that's fine, go right ahead. Or if you want to lower that depth even more, go for it as well. That is completely up to you guys. For the build-up play, we pop it on balance regardless of the style you play, because these individual settings stink in this game. They're really bad. So I would highly recommend using balance regardless of your type of play style, as I find it to be the most consistent guys. For the chance creation guys, direct passing is an absolute must in my opinion, as it's the only setting which will allow you to consistently create chances in this game. Is that push forward, track back type of meta, that run even, that's the movement that you get from this, and yeah, it's very effective, and it beats the defensive AI quite a lot, so yeah, I would recommend it. For the attacking width guys, is a more narrow formation, so I actually have the width on 40. It's the lowest I use for any formation I think, and I just like it with this formation because there's lots of different passing triangles, and when we need that extra width we can utilize fullbacks, which we'll get onto in the player instructions. For the attacking width, for the players in the box guys, we pop this on 6. This is so we can get a few players into that penalty area without over committing. For the corners and the free kicks guys, we pop them both on 2, but you can do what you want with that. Moving on to the player instructions guys, both the strikers, as always, stay central, get in behind, the most meta instructions you can have. We always want the best movements, we want them to be in the middle so that they can finish off their chances and, you know, retrieve the ball in dangerous areas and stuff. So these are the best settings for the striker. For the cam guys, we pop them on come back on defense. This is very important with this formation because it is super narrow. So if you look at the shape and look at all the gaps down the side from the strikers to the right centre mid and left centre mid, there is a lot of space, so we need to make this defence a bit wider to have better coverage. So to do this, we put the cam on come back on defense, and it will make him defend as a right midfielder in the 4-4-2 shape. So we use the 4-4-2 shape as it has really good coverage of both the narrow areas with those two centre mids and also the wider areas with the right mid and the left mid. So Mudrick, or the cam, will be the right mid on this come back on defense instruction. For the right centre mid guys, default settings, cover centre. This is a more box-to-box style player, so we want them to have that freedom. We kind of just let them do whatever they want, and yeah, that is why we just leave them alone. And then cover centre to make sure that they will defend as the right centre mid in this 4-4-2 shape. Now for the CDM guys, the more defensive-minded midfielder, stay back, cut passing lanes, cover centre. We don't want him going forward. We need that balance. We need at least one defensive player, so we let him do that. Cut passing lanes is very useful with somebody like Shuameni, who has that intercept plus play style, as they will consistently break up the play and get you possession back. And then cover centre as well on this player, so that it will primarily defend in that central area, and they will defend as the left centre mid in the 4-4-2 shape. Now, for the left centre mid, guys, this is going to be a more attacking-minded player. So we're using Rolfo because she's really good in the attack. So on this player, we pop her on get forward and cover wing. Cover wing will make her defend as a left midfielder in the 4-4-2 shape when we don't have the ball. So the shape we have when we don't have the ball is, in my case, Mudryk will be the right mid, Hullet will be the right centre mid, Chouameni will be the left centre mid, and then Rolfo will be the left mid. So you don't actually have to use a defensive-minded player here because they're not actually going to have to defend in that centre mid spot. They'll be more of a wide player, if you will. So yeah, these are the instructions I have on the left centre mid. And then for the fullbacks, guys, whichever one is your most attacking one, balanced overlap. Now, this is crucial in this formation. You might even want to put join the attack because these fullbacks are the only width you'll really have in this formation. So if you're getting pressed and there's not really many passing options through the middle, you're going to need this wider option to either switch the play or just break out from the press to breathe, essentially, and to get another angle. So balanced overlap or join the attack overlap on your more attacking-minded fullback, and prioritize attacking through this side as much as possible, as this is the side where you'll have the width, if that makes sense. For the other fullback, guys, stay back and overlap. So you always have at least 3 defenders back at a time, but when you send them on the run forward, they'll make that overlapping run to add that extra width. If you want, you can put them both on balanced attack, but it is a bit risky because you'll have no fullbacks covering the area, so I just leave them alone. For the 2 centre-backs, guys, I also leave them alone, and the keeper I also leave alone as well. But yeah, guys, they're my tactics and instructions for the 4-1-2-1-2. If you have enjoyed or found it useful, please be sure to drop it a like, sub to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to turn on notifications. And with all that aside, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out, guys. Take care.